everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to show a tarot deck which is quite interesting and is on an ancient Greek theme, and that is the Pythagorean tarot by John Opsopaus. And this was published by Llewellyn in 2001, and it's a really interesting and unique tarot deck. And for people who don't know, Pythagoras was an ancient Greek philosopher and mathematician. So John Opsopaus is an ancient Greek expert, and he is also a pagan who works with the Greek pantheon. So the book for this deck is really good as well, and this deck is not only about Pythagorean numbers, it's also about alchemy, and it's also about the Greek deities and the Greek pantheon. So it's quite an interesting deck. So here is the box, and the book is so good and very substantial. The book is really quite thick, and it's actually a reference book. You could use this as a reference book. There is so much detail in here. For each of the major arcana cards, there's at least 4 pages for each card of information, and there are correspondences for each of the major arcana cards, and for each of the minor cards there is a page on each, and there are some interesting spreads in the back of the book. There's a good informative background to Pythagoras in the first few pages as well. And even with the court cards are each assigned a deity for each court card, which is interesting too. So this is the guide to the Pythagorean tarot, which comes with the deck. This book can be found on Amazon separately for people who are interested. The book might be easier to get now on Amazon than the deck. It is out of print as a set, but I have seen this book on Amazon separately. If you wanted to try to get the deck and the book together as a set, it is pretty expensive now if you want to do that. So here is the guide book, and I'm going to show some of the major arcana cards. And the cardstock is quite good. It's the old style Llewellyn cardstock, which is quite good. Here is the back of the cards. There's a bit of geometry and geometrical shapes in here too, because they are linked to the Pythagorean numbers. So here's the back of the cards. And now some of the major arcana cards. Here is the Fool. Really like this card. The cards have a matte finish. The High Priestess. And the numbering of the major arcana is different in this deck, because because the author wanted to number the cards according to the earliest tarot decks. But that doesn't really matter. You could ignore that if you wish and just use the title of the cards. So here is the High Priestess. The Empress. Quite like the pastel colouring for the cards. The High Priest. There's a lot of symbology on the cards and it's all explained in the book. Now for the Hermit, he calls this card the Old Man, which is one of the very old archetypes and names for the Hermit card. It was also known as Father Time, and this is really the Kronos or Saturn association with the Hermit. So this is called the Old Man, because in the older decks the Hermit was called Father Time or the Old Man. Fortune. Fortitude, or the Strength card. They're really quite unique cards. Hanged Man. And he calls this one the Hanged Traitor, because in a lot of old decks the Hanged Man was sometimes called the Traitor. Beautiful Temperance card. Tower. Quite like this one. It looks really alchemical. Reminds me of alchemy. And I'm pretty sure that's what this card is meant to represent. It's representing energy, or the build-up of energy, which is often associated with the Tower. The Sun, and he has the traditional solar twins on here, which I like. And for the World card, he calls this the Cosmos. So there's a hermaphrodite figure in the traditional way. It's called Cosmos. I like that too. So I'm just going to show the minor arcana now. Some cards from that. And these are plain pips for people who are interested in that. Here's the Ace of Wands. And there's symbols along the top as well. And here is the Queen of Wands. And all of the court cards are associated with a god or goddess. And cups. There's the Ace of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is actually a female goddess. So I like that idea. Then swords. Two of Swords. And the Page of Swords, which is Mercury. So I really like Mercury for the Page of Swords. I think that's a perfect choice. Then Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. I like all of the green colouring for the pentacles. Okay, so there's some of the cards of the Pythagorean Tarot by John Opsopaus, and I'll put the details below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.